Hello everybody, my name is Tenelin, and in my latest video showing off my quick materia earning guide, I had a lot of comments asking me about what this alarm overlay that I was using was, so I decided to throw together a video to show you all how to use it. This is the Teamcraft desktop application, and the best part about it is that it's not an actual in-game overlay and has no interaction with your Final Fantasy XIV client, so it doesn't violate the terms of service. It's literally just a glorified timer app that you can pull up and you just pin it in front of all other applications on your computer with a built-in function so that you can use it while playing Final Fantasy XIV. So let's go ahead and get into a step-by-step guide of what you need to do from download, installation, and use. First off, you'll want to go to this website, the GitHub repository for Final Fantasy XIV Teamcraft, which I will link in the description. I'm going to link to this specifically instead of the exact release because anytime there is an update, you will have to go check out the new release. Over on the right side here, it says releases, and then it has the latest version. You'll want to go ahead and click on that, and then you'll want to go to the Final Fantasy XIV Teamcraft setup link.exe and download that. Once you have it downloaded, you want to go ahead and run it. Now there is a chance that your computer is going to try to block it for various reasons. It will claim to be for security reasons, but you'll want to go ahead and just run it anyway. I've never had any problems with this, but obviously I'm going to tell you to make the decision for yourself, whatever you feel comfortable with. The first time that you open it, this is what you're going to see. There may be a little bit of information, some headers or things that'll pop up. Go ahead and read through what you like, but if you don't care about any of that and you just want to get to the alarm overlay, I'll show you what to do. Now, one thing though that I would recommend is that you do sign up for an account. This will just make it so that any of your lists or anything that you use that stores in Teamcraft does get saved. Teamcraft has a lot of different things that it can be used for and a lot of options that you'll see on the left side. But what we're going to be focusing on today is the Gathering heading here. This is what I used in my video to make the alarm overlay that you all saw. So what you'll want to do is click on Gathering Items. And now this is where you can search any item in the game that you may want to gather. For example, I'm going to do Harmonite Ore. And you'll see that it pops up here. It tells you how much perception you need to actually gather it. It will tell you what type of job you need. And it even tells you which folklore book that you need in order to gather it. And at the bottom, you'll see that it will spawn in 22 minutes here. And we're able to add the alarm. Now, just for an example, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of other items, specifically just the Dawntrail legendary folklore items. And now, just in case you aren't sure how to figure out which items are the legendary items, you'll want to go ahead and open up your gathering log, which is B by default. Then you can click on any of the mining, quarrying, logging, or harvesting, and you'll click, instead of level based, go to special, go to regional folklore. And as long as you have the books unlocked, you'll be able to click through each of the different ones. And you'll see for Alexandria, it's the Harmonite Ore. For Dawntrail, it's the Fine Silver Ore. And for Dawntrail, there aren't any. You'll want to go through each of the ones, which is what I'll do here to show you what my list is. Or if you are looking for something different, such as the collectibles, you can check them here as well. So I'm going to go through each of these for Dawntrail and just grab all of the different items and throw them into a list. And let's head back to Teamcraft to see what that looks like. Now that I have all the items added to my alarms, what I'm going to do is go to the left side here where it says alarms. And you'll see that all of the items that I've added show up here. What you'll want to do for ease of use is you can create a new alarm group. And I'm going to name it Dawntrail Legendary Nodes. And I'll hit submit. And then I'm going to click this plus here and choose the items that I'd like to put into that alarm group. And this will just make it so that you can toggle on and off these alarms anytime you want. If you don't want to gather these items right now, you'll just turn them off. And you'll see what this will do in a minute here when we do the alarm overlay. You'll see though that Fine Silver Ore is up for just a little over a minute now. And then IP logs will be next. You can see what teleport you need to go to, as well as the coordinates of the item. and you're even able to see on the map where they spawn. The most important part of this though is that you want to go down to the bottom left here and you'll click on Toggle Alarms Overlay, and this will pop up. As you can see, it says I have no alarms set because I currently have this alarm group turned off. If I turn it on, you'll see that all of my alarms will pop up, and this is exactly what I had on my video. There's a couple of things here that you have to understand. You are able to size this however you'd like it to be. You are able to turn down the opacity if you want it to just blend in a little bit more. And the most important one is this pin here. If you have it on, if I click onto the Teamcraft, it won't go behind it, but if I turn it off and click on the Teamcraft window, the alarm overlay will hide behind it. With this pin activated, it will just keep the alarm overlay on top of your screen, and does just act as an easy, simple timer for following along with the nodes. Now, a couple of other things you'll need to know is if you click the eyeball next to that item, it will turn off that item and no longer show it on the alarm overlay, but you can turn it back on if you do want to continue gathering it. But if you click on the X, it will remove that item from your gathering completely, and you will have to go back and re-add it if that's something you want to do. The last thing you'll want to be able to have access to is the alarm groups that I provide in some of my videos, and just show you how you can just click them simply and bring them up so you can have an overlay of those alarms. For this example then, we're going to go ahead and hide these alarms. If you check out the description of this video or my Materia video, you'll see that I posted this link for this alarm group called Spirit Bonding level 90 to 100, and you can see that it was created by me. What you'll want to do is if this opens into your browser, you can click this button here, which is the Open in Desktop app. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The list will then populate into my desktop app. And if you're logged into an account on the desktop app, this will make it a lot easier to save these lists. But what you'll want to do is click this button, which will add this group and all of its alarms to your alarms. Once it does, you'll pop over to the Alarms tab, and you'll see that that alarm is now registered for you, and you have access to everything that was on that list. I hope all of that made sense and it was helpful for you to be able to figure out what I was using, and it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to gather the items like I was in that video. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for the support. I just recently hit 1,000 subscribers and I am super excited about it. Thank you all so much. Please, if you liked this video or found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.